What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. This is the Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club, as always, go down, like, and subscribe, and drop your picks for this Strickland Cannonier fight card in the comment section. And the second rule of Fight Club is you didn't do any of that to go fuck yourself, but do stay tuned and watch this till the end and enjoy. But this is Paul, pick 'em, win 'em, Concha, pour up, spark up, hammer those bets, and I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's that boy K, little KK, aka the Dom, right? aka the motherfucker on your screen right now. You feel me, man? And this is a good card, Paul. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought we was gonna blow past this until you broke down some shit for me. And I'm like, there's a couple of hitters on here I didn't even know about.
Yeah, not even just the main event between two fucking one title contender, one almost title contender at middleweight between Cannonier and Strickland. But Tsarukyan, Ismagulov is a pick 'em. We got Amir Albazi in the flyweights, a name you should circle if you haven't already. And then even the prelims, anytime a prelim got an Omega Medoff in it, you should be around for early to watch the fights.
Yeah, they got that boy set. I mess with bro. But I don't remember where I remember bro from, but Manel Cape, I feel like I've seen that name before.
Yeah, he fought. I think he fought. Was it Blood Diamond? I can't remember. But he has been on a few prelims this year, pay-per-view prelims.
Hell yeah. I respect it, man. It's a pretty decent card.
Yeah, he was on the Derek Lewis Zero Gone card, 2021, and then earlier he was on the Font Jose Aldo card in 2021.
Okay.
No, but I mean, yeah, this shit. Y'all should. Everyone who's watching this, like I said, drop your comments in the picks, but come early for this fight card because it's a lot of young talent. Like, there's a lot of names in here that I feel like 5 years from now they're gonna be ranked and they're gonna be headlining pay-per-views or headlining fight nights or something. And it's like these are the like come early, see those future stars, duke it out early. But let's
Nah,
start.
dead ass, man.
Yeah, let's start with the third fight on the prelims. We got to showcase that boy Brian Battle versus the Gladiator Fakhretdinov. I know I'm probably not saying his right name correctly, so I just refer to him as the Gladiator. And man, I mean Brian Battle won a hell of a fucking 2021, and then a good 2022. He won the 2021 Ultimate Fighter where he beat Armin Petrosky with a guillotine choke. Petrosky's been undefeated in the UFC since, so that win has aged really well. He beat Tresean Gore in the final, and Tresean Gore was like a big favorite, so no one really thought he was gonna win. He showed everyone, hey, I'm here to shine, and then follows that up with the 2022 his last fight in August against Takashi Sato, knocks him out in 44 seconds with a head kick, and people were like, really? And
Wow.
everyone's like, oh shit! Like in Brian Battle, he has BJJ in his back pocket, like black belt will choke you out if he has to, but he is a natural striker. Like he very fluent, doesn't do any wind up when he throws. It's like even the head kick to Takashi Sato, there was no wind up, no show of before the kick. He just literally perfect form, throws the kick effortlessly, head kick, KO, fight over. But then the Gladiator, former GFC champion, and if you don't know GFC, before Habib changed the name to Eagle FC, it was the GFC, former GFC champ. Then he comes to the UFC in 2022. People have been waiting on him. He didn't fight for that whole 2021 year, so it was a whole year like away. He comes back, first win, just dominates for 3 whole rounds. And I think he gets like 5 takedowns in the fight, grinds him. Great wrestler. So it's really like a great tactician striker with BJJ in his back pocket as the underdog, and Brian Battle against the Gladiator, who is the favorite here, who is just like he's a mauler. He will maul you, and he does it real well.
I respect the Gladiator, man. And like, who I was gonna take before you broke down Brian Battles, a fucking problem out here. And he just won the day after my birthday. Like, I don't know, man. I'm fucking with Brian Battle. He seems like and he's not that old. He says that he's only 28. So
Young
like,
talent.
I definitely want to see what the boy has going on. How many fights does he have in the UFC by himself?
If you're counting the Ultimate Fighter, he has 4. If not, then it's only I think 2.
That's straight. I want to see what Brian Battle got going on. He's on a 3-5 win streak. So I guess that counts the motherfucking Ultimate Fighter, maybe. But
Yeah,
but yeah, I want to see what we're talking about.
Yeah, this is a great matchup for him, honestly, because if he can stuff the takedowns from the Gladiator, then we know like okay, like someone who can wrestle real well, no worries for Brian Battle because we know he's probably going to win a lot of the stand up fights he's in. He's just naturally the longer guy than a lot of people in the welterweight division. But the craziest thing to me, Brian Battle used to fight at like 140s and now he's at 171. And this is like 2 years ago, he was at 140. And then the Gladiator used to be like at 205, 225 heavyweight. Now he's at 170. And so these are two people, two different weight classes. We'll see. They've fought in these weight classes before, but these are still like they're still getting their feet under them, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's actually interesting. So this fight, low keys. What's the odds on this fight?
Brian Battle plus 125, slight underdog to Gladiators minus 150. And I think he's the bigger favorite just because he's 19-1, a lot of experience, 5 round experience. He has the gas tank, and there aren't no like the people fighting over there in the Russian fighting leagues, there are no slouches. So he has a lot of experience coming into this fight.
I respect it. I'm really looking forward to this fight now.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna rock with Brian Battle as the underdog here, just because that BJJ in his back pocket. I feel like if Brock Randolph does take him down, we might see a submission or a reversal, a couple sweeps.
Choke him the fuck out, homie.
Then our next little pick'em fight in the prelims that we're gonna jump over to is the bantamweight. So these are future contenders right here. Circle both the names. Said Nurmagomedov, no relation to the Habib clan, but he is from the Dagestan part of the world. Versus Sedukub Krakhmanov, 10-2. Literally a pick'em here at bantamweight, and Sed is just like he has the wrestling combo stuff in his back pocket, just like the Brian Battle has the BJJ in his back pocket. But similar to like the Umar Nurmagomedov, he likes to just use his footwork, his leg kick, the spinning back kicks. He throws. He likes to cut angles and counter punching. But he does have the wrestling in his back pocket, where if things start getting rough or you get a little sloppy, he can take you down. And he's not one of those to sit on you either. He does try to finish fights once it hits the ground, which is fun to watch. Like he will try to ground and pound, slice your ass out of there. Krakhmanov, though, that man has been a problem. His biggest fight, I mean, he's undefeated in. Oh no, he has one loss in the UFC to Barcelos. But other than that, 3-fight win streak coming off of that, a submission, a couple KOs, and he has fought Umar Nurmagomedov, a future, I think, future bantamweight champion or maybe champion up there. He fought him in his previous in a previous league. I think the PFL. I could be wrong, but when he fought him, he was the only person I think has even came close to beating Umar. It went to decision, real close fight. So he has seen these kickboxing style Russians before, and he didn't look too bad against them.
That's crazy. Paul, you really did your homework this week.
Hey, bro, I was on my break I was on my break learning about these people today.
Now, you know how I fuck with Said Nurmagomedov heavy. Not just because he's in the Nurmagomedov. I liked him in this last fight. I want to say he fought. What card did he fight on?
Let me see. I can find it for you real quick. His last fight was, I believe it was this year. Yeah, he has 2 fights this year. He fought on the Nagano Gon card in January. He submitted Stallman in the first round in 47 seconds. And then in July, he fought on the Dos Anjos card, and he won an unanimous decision, 3-round decision against Diego Silva de Andre. But Diego Silva de Andre did rock him and drop him in that fight with a spinning back fist. After Said did come back and won the fight unanimously, but it was shown that like there are some holes in his game still. He's not like picture perfect.
You can still hurt him. Oh.
It kind of reminds me of the Yan and Megamed fight because the Megomedov does like to fight off the back foot. He'll let you come in and he'll counter you. He's good at countering, just like Megamed Ankalaev is. He also doesn't have like super KO power, but he's more technical than he has power. His technical shots will add up. Whereas the Krakhmanov, he can throw the mean leg kicks and like he loves taking 6 takedowns per fight on average right now in the UFC, all 3-round fights. So he does like to take people down. He likes to chop them down with the leg kick. So this is a perfect pick and fight. And I'm gonna go with Krokmanov just because I think he has a little bit in his bag that could beat Nurmagomedov. I think he's not gonna be as pushing the pace as some of the past people are in Nurmagomedov, where he can counter them easily. But like Krokmanov is a smarter fighter. He knows how he can win.
Mm, mm, mm. I really like my dog said. I really fuck with said. But Craig Manoff sounds like a problem, and he's slightly younger, and I feel like the experience is very much similar. So I don't know, man. I think I might have to take the young 27-year-old Craig Manoff, what my dog said. But don't tell nobody Manoff I said it.
Yeah, you got Dagestan versus Uzbekistan in this fight here. It's a good little fight of the prelims. Honestly, I think both these fights could have been a main card fight because I don't feel like the main card really is carrying a lot of weight to it. But let's jump into the main card. There are some good fights. Drew Dauber versus Bobby Green. That's gonna be a good little fight. Neither one of them really gonna move up in weight or like move up the rankings like crazy. But there's two little fan favorites, so pay attention to that. But let's get into this co-main event. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dimar Ismagulov, where Arman is a minus 180 favorite. Ismagulov is a plus 155 underdog here. And I mean, we all know Arman. That boy has been just mauling his way to the top. First fight in UFC was Islam, now current champ. He did take Islam down. Not a lot of people can even say that. Then he went on all those fight winning streaks, and then he runs into Gamrot, loses the 5-round decision and the main event earlier this year. I think 90% of the all UFC community, you and me included, thought Tsarukyan won that fight. So I can't really hold that L against him. And then Demar Ismagulov, on the other hand, he was a big name before the UFC, former M1 global champion, defended his belt 3 times, won all the defenses, then comes to the UFC and it goes on a 5-fight win streak, all decisions, and he's beat Thiago Moses, Rafael Alves, Joel Alvarez, Giron Kutateladze, who honestly I thought Kutateladze won that fight, but it was a split decision for Ismagulov, so not gonna hold that against him either.
That's right. He has a decent little resume. But boy, Sarukian, I know the way he can chain wrestle in that fight against Gamrot, he was just going back and forth and just rolling around. Like, I'm a fan, kid. Bird comes through looking like a truck. Like, he's a problem.
With this fight, I can see it go one or two ways. Because Tsarukyan, we love his wrestling. But when it comes to his striking, not that refined. He does throw some looping shots. He does throw some wild ones here or there. Usmagulov is, I mean, he's all around fighter. Because all before he came into the UFC, it was all submissions, all takedowns, mauling people. Gets into UFC, showcases, hey, I can box with the best of them. He has a very crisp jab that he likes to use and keep you at the outside. And he has like a 70% takedown defense, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but he
Oh,
can. Yeah,
wow.
he's really like all around fighter. Before he could take people down, now he's been boxing people, but he has shown in the past like, oh, I'm just as comfortable on the ground as other people. And like, do I think Tsarukyan can hold him down for 15 minutes? That's gonna be one of the big questions right there.
He sounds like a motherfucking
Can he
ish.
get past Ismagulov's jab? That's gonna be another question. But then it's also like I've seen Tsarukyan get past people's jab before and hold people down 15. I mean, he took Islam down. I don't even Oliveira. I don't think took him down in their fight.
But no. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to respect Sergey just because I like the fact that he just keeps on going. Like he doesn't stop. He just like on to the next step. Like I'm scooting out. I got reversed. I'm scooting back up. I got to do a half set. I got to whizzle. Like I got to reshoot. I got to take another shot. Like damn. Like I just love the way he fights, and I want to see. I want to see if that was just because Gamrot, like it was wrestler versus wrestler, or motherfucking. I want to see what he'll be able to do. So I got to take Saruki in this motherfucker.
I'm gonna go with the underdog here, Ismagulov. I think so. My guts tell me it's Aryuka because I also have been fucking with him heavy since that Islam fight. I thought he's legit. I think they're both legit. And this is a fight where whoever wins to like the MMA fans, not the casuals and stuff, they might be like, okay, that's like this is a big fight to see who is actually gonna be like a title contender one day. Because there's a lot at risk in this fight if you lose because you're gonna have to go a long way again before you get another co-main event or main event. But if you win this fight, you're gonna get all your flowers.
That's fine. And somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, man.
Yeah, so I'm going
Or
Ismagulov. I think his jab from the outside. I just feel like he's gonna win on decision, just by doing a little bit more damage because he's gonna do more damage standing up.
that's facts.
Then our last fight is Jared Cannonier versus Sean Strickland. Both of them minus 110. It's literally a 50-50 fight on the betting odds right here. A little nugget.
Yeah,
Jared, oh, my bad, Kev.
I see what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say Jared Cannonier. He lost to Israel Adesanya in his last fight, former champion at the time. And Sean Strickland lost to Alex Pereira on the same card, and Alex Pereira is now champion. So it's like both of them are coming off pretty good L's. I mean, you can't hold anything against them.
I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy that them boys is both on the motherfucking I think they're both on the same. They're both after just fighting on the same card that they're fighting each other. But I think it's crazy that's a pick 'em because like Sean Strickland is cool. He's crazy. He's kooky. He's that dude and everything. But at the end of the day, motherfucking Cannonier has the power. He was losing to Brunson. You can say that, but then he hit him. He caught him. Was it an elbow that he caught him with, or was it a
Yep.
straight up
And that was
yeah,
elbow.
he caught him with the elbow, same way how Izzy caught Brunson with the knee. Paeta fucking kicked the fuck out of Sean Strickland ass and sent that boy to oblivion. So like, I think if Sean Strickland gets caught, and especially in a 5-round fight, if he gets caught, this fight's over. But like, I still think that's why I don't know if it's why it's so close. Maybe it's just because it's UFC. I'm just like, damn, these are some crazy close odds, bro. What?
See, it's because I think if you go into like the statistics of things, like Jared from the outside, Jared Cannonier has like a negative differential when he's exchanging from the outside. So like he cannot he get like in the Derek Brunson fight. Derek Brunson was boxing him from the outside, tagging him, beating him, and then Cannonier eventually gets on the inside and gets the elbow to KO him. And Sean Strickland, he's an outside fighter. They like to call him a jab merchant because all he does is jab people from the distance. So it's like I see this fight going two ways: Sean Strickland winning by decision, or Janet Cannonier in the fourth or fifth, or maybe in the third round, gets on the inside and lands a shot that Sean Strickland's not gonna be able to overcome, and then it'd be like a KO TKO. So it's really like, do I think Strickland's going to be able to keep it at his distance and not let Cannonier go on the inside, which Strickland does well against other fighters. But then at the same time, Jared Cannonier has shown that like he can lose fights. Like he's okay with losing the battle if it means he can win the war. So he'll give up a round here or there to eventually get on the inside and land that one shot. So it's like, what do I think is going to be more likely here? The one shot from Cannonier that's going to change everything, or Sean Strickland jabbing his way into another 5-round victory?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think Sean Strickland has the power to do something with Cannonier.
Yeah, I mean that is like Strickland never. I mean he was formerly a welterweight. He fought Kamaru Usman. He fought Tom Breeze, Prozenhebo at welterweight. Then he moved up to middleweight because there was like his whole camp would just be cutting weight, no training. So then now that he's at this weight class, his power is not as strong, of course, but he doesn't have to worry about weight as much. He can train, all that stuff. He's been a better fighter. He seems more comfortable here.
Bro, imagine 6 straight weeks of cutting weight. That sounds tragic as fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's why he did that. He said, "Fuck this! I'm gonna move up." And, I mean, after moving up, he went on like a fight winning streak too, so he can't really say anything bad.
I see the difference between me and Sean Strickland. I would have quit. I was what? 6 weeks of motherfucking cutting weight? Like, what the fuck? Fuck y'all. I'm out.
I'm done. Nah, man, you gotta have some real love for the sport.
Bro, I'm not eating sleep again, bro. I'm gonna start driving trucks. Like, Oh no, Sean Strickland said if he wasn't in the UFC, he'd be murdering niggas. So I understand. So I maybe I understand. He said it was like this and murder motherfuckers.
He made the right choice.
No cap. I mean, he did try Izzy. I don't know if that was the smartest.
Hey man, I mean, he did. He that shit aged perfectly when he was saying Alex Pierre will whoop your ass again. That shit aged perfectly.
Hey, fuck that nigga, man. Hey, I hope Cannonier slaps the shit out this dude, dog. He really talked that shit on Izzy, and it came true.
And Sean Strickland had a great little interview before on like pre-fight interviews at the press conferences where he took a question from that boy Alex Burhan. I think he's an MMA journalist. I follow him, a cool dude, and he was like, "Hey, oh yeah, I have a question like you." And then he starts before he's like, "Hold on, is that a video game tattoo on your arm?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, I." He was just like, "Oh, why'd I pick the guy that I know don't get no pussy?" And then like a woman reporter was like, "Oh, he's married," and she was like, "Oh, you're married? Does she like video games?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Where do you meet her? Like World of Warcraft singles mingles.com." Like I was like, "Damn!" Like that's a 10-7 round. Sean Strickland whooped that boy ass.
Don't get my nigga said. I want to have to pick the nigga that don't get no pussy. Nigga disrespectful, dog.
I mean, this is a hard one. Like, if all my betting audiences, I would tell you, like, take two bets. Cannonier by KO is probably some plus odds on it, and Strickland by decision probably has some plus odds on it. Either way, you're gonna walk. Like, those are the only two options here. I think. I don't think Cannonier is gonna win a decision, and I don't think Strickland's gonna knock out Cannonier. Like, come on now.
That the Strickland got BJJ in his back pocket. I don't know if he going for a sub.
No, well, that's the crazy thing. Cannonier, he fights better against wrestlers because the wrestlers have to get close to shoot those takedowns, and he has good takedown defense. And then once you get that close, it's like, oh, you fucked up. Now you're in my strike zone. Whereas Strickland, he doesn't really like the rest. He will stand up. That's where most of his bread and butter is at. So I'm gonna go Strickland, even though I do see a Cannonier KO very possible. I just think Strickland, especially coming off that Piera loss, where he got the left jab that put him into oblivion. I think he might come out a little bit smart, but it's also Strickland. He's dumb, so he might be like very prideful and try to exchange with him. But I think he might just jab his way into a fucking decision win.
Wait, Piera didn't kick the fuck out of him. He
No,
jabbed.
he hit him with a simple little left jab. That was it for him.
I might be getting that shit confused with Cheeto Vera, but that might be what happened because we didn't live stream that one, did we?
No, I remember when that fight happened. Oh no, I remember when because the big thing about it was like, let's look how crazy Pierre's power is. Like he hit him with a jab, and like that's all it took. Like and it was right on the chin. It wasn't like a wind up. It was just a perfect thrown jab on the chin, and then he just like oh, and then he hits him with a right hand over the top that is like completely like bye bye Strickland.
Disrespectful.
Are you going Cannonier? I mean, we're gonna be like I don't
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
All right, so we're gonna be split on the two main events here. Let me make sure I write that down.
They didn't pick Tsarukyan. Can't be trusted.
And the other one, I will say, anyone like real hardcore MMA fans, I know there's not a lot of flyweight fans out there. There's a lot of people that think flyweight should really just be cut from the rankings, not rankings, but weight classes, because there's not many fighters or not many notable fighters to really care about the division. But the third and last fight, right before the co-main event, Amir Albazi, 15-1, legit. That boy, like BJJ, black belt, he'll choke you out. He got hands. He's minus 440 on the fucking picks. You don't ever see minus 440 odds. Like, we didn't break it down because we all think he's going to win. He should win. He probably will win. But the circle to name Amir Albazi, we'll see him sooner or later fighting for a belt.
We'll see, man. But this is gonna be a fun card to watch. And it starts at like the prelim start at 4, right?
Yeah, 4 o'clock Eastern and main card 7 o'clock Eastern. Set your clocks.
This is gonna be a vibe.
Yeah,
I bet you I'll speak for this one, even though I'm gonna be at the house by my motherfucking self.
I'm gonna be at work, but I will be streaming. I have a coworker who's a big UFC fan. I found out he follows the podcast. He listens to episodes. He fucks with us, and I know me and him probably gonna be watching these fights in the back room for a lot of the day.
Nice. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when Cannonier sleeps, Strickland.
Oh, I'll be there. Oh, and turn up your volumes on your TV. This is an Apex, and if you know Sean Strickland, he loves to talk in the middle of his fights. Like he'll punch him, be like, "Huh, you like that? Oh, come on, hit me back. Come on." Like he talks all his little shit during the fight. So turn up the volume when he's fighting. That boy's a performer.
That nigga said, "You like that?" Head ass.
But we gotta wrap this up. You don't have to go home, but you do gotta get the fuck out of here. This has been Totally Blitz Podcast, the Fight Club edition. We broke down UFC Fight Night Vegas. I'm not sure on the number, but Strickland versus Cannonier. This has been Paul Pick'em Win'em Concha. I was joined with Kev Waterboy, street fight enthusiast, Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, well now y'all know, motherfuckers.
Nah.